Last week, I had a consult with a business owner who was referred to us by one of our happy clients. Heck, I'll even drop one of their reviews below so that you can see it. They love Kevin on the team. This business owner told me, the tax boogeyman is standing over my shoulder. I can't sleep at night. And honestly, I dove into his books that day, and the boogeyman was not his only problem. He already had an accountant, he already had QuickBooks, and he already had AI helping with pieces of his book. But here are the things that nobody was telling him. He had IRS red flags that I instantly saw when I saw his books. His offer, it's not going to work anymore. This is just something that I learned from working with many industries. His pipeline, it's going to be drying up. He doesn't have this clarity because he has no idea the revenue coming in or the expenses going out. And if he doesn't pivot soon, his business will likely run out of cash. Now, here's the thing. AI could have given him every framework under the sun. I don't even know how much he's using AI, to be truthful, but I'm seeing business owners use it more and more. But AI is never going to look him in the eye and say, friend, this isn't working. You need to repackage, you need to reframe, and let's test the market, and we need to test it now. AI can't do that, but I can. I'm Bridget with Vector Bookkeeping and Financial Solutions, and we're not your typical accountants. I help small business owners with what your tax preparer didn't explain, what YouTube can't fix, and what AI will never understand, so you can finally have peace of mind, clarity, and financial confidence. So I want to talk a little bit about the review that I did. When I got in there are very key things. In fact, we have a 9 costly QuickBooks mistakes download. You can find that in the links below to get your copy. But we have a very distinct list of things that we go through where we see some of the top costly mistakes. First thing that I saw, he's an S-Corp and doesn't have payroll. Huge red flag. Asked him about it. I was told that his accountant told him, you don't have to worry about that right now. If I had $1 for every time I've heard bad advice like that from other accountants, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you probably. Actually, I would be, because I care and I want you to do well. But I would have a whole lot of dollars. So let me tell you what I would have told him to do if he would have chose to move into our services and go through our cash confidence framework. And maybe you need to hear this too. So I would have told him to get your books clean. First and foremost, he had enough errors inside of his books. We could have never dove into even beginning to make decisions for his business until those were cleaned up. And he's going to go into tax season probably paying more than what he needs to pay. Heck, there was a missing credit card that I saw just because I saw there were payments going out every month to a credit card and never saw the expenses in the books. Thousands of dollars of expenses, not there. No tax write-off because they're not recorded. From there, we would have guided him into getting cash clarity. He would have known the money coming in, the money going out, what needed to change, maybe subscriptions he wasn't even using anymore that could have given him more profit back into his pocket. We would have given that cash clarity. He came to this meeting saying, I really don't know the status of my business. I can't say I'm surprised. You don't have clean books and you're not getting the reports that you need to know where the money's coming from and where the money's going to. And he's certainly not paying himself on a consistent basis, which would have been part of this. From there, I would have dove right into let's make your business sustainable. I don't know if you're anything like me. I don't ever want to go back to a 9-to-5 role. I don't want that in my life. So I know that I have to continuously make myself better for my clients and meet them where they need us. This comes into a ton of advisory, and that is where we really shine. So what would I have told them? Repackage the offer that he had. Make sure what he's selling actually speaks to the pain that his clients are feeling, not the pain that they had 3 years ago. I know his industry, and I know that AI can give the exact framework that he's working as well. Where the true value comes in, and this is where I would take him next, reframing that value, is in the implementation. AI cannot hold people accountable. They are not going to check in. AI is not going to help you through it. So if people aren't buying, or if you're seeing that they're relying more on AI, it's not always the product. Sometimes it's the way you're positioning it. They want a transformation. Your customers, your clients, they're looking for a solution that gives them a transformation. What value do you bring to get them that transformation? And sometimes it all comes down to just reframing. And I can guarantee you that AI may not see that. From there, I would have encouraged him to test the market. This is where we get to use numbers. Know what's going to happen if you put money into ads, what comes back. If you have 10 sales calls, what's the close rate? Data is going to tell the truth, and it's going to tell you what's working and what's not very quickly. And it can all be in just the way that you are talking about your services or your product. And this is where we dive then into the confidence piece of our framework. Pivoting with confidence. So this is where we would have already tested, we would have walked them through this, and this is where we don't want business owners waiting until their business is gasping for air. These small shifts now is what saves you from massive problems later. And yes, AI can do pieces. Yes, AI can do pieces of your accounting and your bookkeeping. I will say it's not doing it well, but it can do pieces. The true value comes from making those numbers work for you. And this is what discernment looks like. This is what real advisory is. And this is why human experience, what I've lived, what I see my clients living, what we've coached others through, is going to beat AI every single time. Because you can get a checklist, but that doesn't mean that you're working on the right piece of the checklist from AI. And honestly, pretending that everything is fine is like blasting the radio when your check engine light is on and your car is making that horrendous sound. Or we could compare this to the Titanic. Rearranging those deck chairs, not going to save anybody. Or binging Netflix while your house is literally on fire. Busy work is not going to save you or your business or give you that freedom you're looking for. Honesty is going to do that. The tough love is going to do that. This is why we work our clients through our Cash Confident CEO framework. We have a 4C method that works for our clients. It's our advisory side. This is where our true value comes into place. Yes, we can totally get you clean, IRS compliant books, keep that IRS boogeyman away. But that's just step one. From there, we can give cash clarity so you can know exactly what's coming in and going out. Heck, maybe you are selling a service or product that isn't even making you money. Yes, we've seen that happen. Then we move into confident decisions. Like when it's time to pivot, when to hire, how much you can safely pay yourself. Yes, you deserve that raise. Let's make it happen now. And then we build the clarity for the future so that your business can support those bigger goals that you have. Whether that's having the financial freedom for your spouse to maybe retire themselves. Maybe it's homeschooling your kids. Maybe it's booking that bucket list trip. Maybe it's knowing that your business is going to survive everything and take you to retirement. Maybe it's just planning for retirement. Because clean numbers, they're not the goal. They are definitely the foundation. So if you find yourself lying awake at night wondering if your business is okay, this is your wake-up call. AI is not going to save you, but strategy, discernment, and the right framework will, and partnering with the right people will do that. So I encourage you to grab my free guide, The 9 Costly QuickBooks Mistakes, and let's start by getting your books clean so you can finally move into that clarity and confidence role. If you don't use QuickBooks or you don't have accounting at all, step one, let's get your accounting in place. And I would love for you, don't forget, to subscribe and follow us. Give us your comments, but I am here to give you more no BS truth about your business finances, because honestly, I'm not here to play it safe. I'm not here to be your typical accountant. I want to make sure that your numbers are working for the life that you actually want. And I'll see you in our next video.